So Tuesday morning, about 7 a.m., I'm going to be today featuring ZoneGPT from the future on 2 time frames and 2 trading styles, I guess. So there's a 5-minute chart. This chart is going to be trading, swing trading, in other words, going for larger moves. This is a King's Renko chart at 12.4, and this one is strictly scalping kind of an approach. You'll be using two prop firms, not two prop firms, 2 funded accounts from the same prop firm. And then we're going to be, at the end, I'll be showing my rhythmic dashboard and kind of comparing the results from the scalping approach using ZoneGPT from the future and a swing trade approach. So with ZoneGPT, and actually I'm going to take a quick trade here now, and I'm going to explain why in a minute. So with ZoneGPT, it's all about identifying, first of all, what is the torch doing. The torch is the map, I guess the guiding light to what the ZoneGPT anticipates price to be doing. At this point, it's bullish. Then it creates zones. The ideal thing is to wait for price and hit these zones. These zones are identified in real time. So actually, if price comes down to the zone, I will take another long position. Again, this is swing trading now, not scalping. Obviously, then if the torch turns bearish, I will get out of my long position. And I'm gonna keep my long position until the torch turns red. Again, this is a 5-minute chart. This is swing trade approach. So I am watching this, obviously, but if I wasn't, I would place my stops, and I guess my stops would be somewhere below this level here, maybe like over here. So the stops are larger when it comes to swing trading. That's why it's not appropriate for everyone. This here is a different story. So over here, right, the 12.4 King's Renko, you see that ZoneGPT went bearish. It created a zone, and now let's see if price can come to this zone and then fail for a quick short trade for a scalp. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to catch every trade. I mean, I'll try and keep it like going all day, but I am doing other things during the day. So I'll try to keep the recording going. I'm sure I'm gonna miss definitely some scalping trades. Because it's a 5-minute chart, I'm hoping to be able to catch at least most of the swing trades, because this is much slower, so there is more time to react. This, of course, will happen much faster, and I'll miss trades, guaranteed. But this is going to be the approach today with this fairly amazing indicator. I've been working with this indicator for a number of days now, and it's actually more than an indicator. They call it a system, and I understand why. It's more than just an indicator. This torch is such a key to kind of forecasting what price might be doing, and that's why it's called ZoneGPT from the future. It begins to forecast the direction of price. Now this, by the way, has been long from here, right? Now this is Globex, so I'm not necessarily expecting a whole lot of movement, but from here, this torch has been blue from here, green from here, meaning bullish from here. So swing trading approach is obviously very different than scalping. So we'll see if, as far as scalping goes, if price can reach this zone that the ZoneGPT identified as it went bearish, and then if there is a failure here, we should have probably a test of some of the zones underneath. I mean, definitely this one, but this one's close. But we see a failure already even before price reaches the zone. So as I said, I'm not going to keep the recording running the whole time, obviously, but I will try to catch as much as I can. This is the approach for today. I think it's going to be very solid, and we'll see how it goes. All right, yeah, so it's a bit tricky with a video here. So the torch switched from longs to shorts. I got out of a long position at a loss, but then made nice money back on the way down. Now still short because the torch is short. Nothing on a scalping yet. Scalping is a lot trickier, but you see, only because things happen so fast, and I'm just not in front of my computer here the whole time. I'm doing other trading related things, but you can see how these zones that were created by ZoneGPT, with the torch being bullish, creates these zones with these beautiful signals for scalping. He was one on the short side here before the torch went bullish. So I'm pretty much, I think I am slightly up on the swing one as it switched from longs to shorts. You're gonna see the totals later, but at this point, as far as the scalping goes, if we have a move toward here and then with the bar closing up, I think I'll just take a long. Now, if you ask, but isn't it kind of a conflict here? One is short, one is long. It's not really a conflict because these are very different ideas here. One is pretty much get in and hold until, talking about the larger time frame, I don't know, get it and hold until ZoneGPT gives a different direction. As long as it's bearish, I am bearish over here. This is scalping on a very small time frame, so there's really no conflict. Ideally, of course, especially with scalping, ideally you want to see same direction, but these time frames are so different. 5 minute on the Nasdaq and 12.4 King's Renko is just especially for scalping, you know. ZoneGPT is so good at identifying direction, you don't necessarily need to filter it with something. I can see why it would give you more confidence, and I would probably agree with that. Maybe there's more confidence, but I'm telling you, for scalping on such a small time frame compared to a 5 minute, I don't see a conflict myself. Okay, so here is price on the scalping arriving at the zone. As soon as the bar closes up, I will take a long, unless ZoneGPT turns bearish. But if a bar closes up and it's still bullish, it's just a zone that was identified on the long side on this very small time frame, I will take a long.
Order filled.
Okay, am I a bit early? The bar did not. Here we go.
Order filled.
Okay, so just a quick scalp. As I said, I actually forgot to set up an ATM here. I should have. Sorry guys, doing too many things. There should have been just a quick scalping ATM, which I forgot to add. But you see how beautiful this was, right? Here is the zone. ZoneGPT stays bullish, and there you go. So you see how there is really not necessarily a conflict here. You can scalp ZoneGPT on a small time frame. I just wouldn't go for very large targets, maybe against the larger trend identified, but definitely for scalping, I think it's fine. So of course, with scalping, you have to be a lot more precise. See, with swing positions, it's a bit different. Nice move lower. Now again, you saw this, right? ZoneGPT identified it much earlier. This move was forecasted by ZoneGPT. Again, keeping in mind the small time frame, way in advance. For this small time frame, this move is substantial. Not for a 5-minute chart. That's a different story. So it looks like we have a test of a zone that ZoneGPT identified, created. And looks like it's a test of it. So now actually, if a bar closes down, I would be looking for a short. I would like to see the actual touch of that zone and then a bar closing, but let's see.
Order filled.
I'm gonna try it. We have a bar close.
Target filled.
That was nice and quick. So again, right, I mean, price came a bit shy, so you have to use some discretion. Yes, the most conservative thing is to actually wait for the zone to be tested, but ZoneGPT identified it way in advance. And there was an attempt at it and then a failure, so upon a bar close on the King's Renko, I took a short. Again, on this chart, I am just looking for scalps, quick scalps. This is very different. Here I'm just going to hold until the signal, the torch, turns green, and then I'm going to reverse. So that's swing trading, very different than scalping. All right, so 11 o'clock, and yeah, I was not able to record. And what happened was the swing trade chart, the 5-minute, hit its daily target of 500, and the trade got closed down. But the move was to the upside. So I took a small loss initially, then made some money on the downside, and then there was this flip to the long side, and ZoneGPT from the future just identified immediately a long trend from here and just took it up and hit its daily target. And I think the best thing for me to do is to attach another video to this one, because just not much, I was not able to record, and I really wanted you to see the swing trading. So I think I'll add another video to follow this one and just make it one video. All right, so Wednesday morning, same exact approach as yesterday. Swing trade, 5-minute chart, 12-4 King Renko scalping chart,
filled.
and here we go. First trade in a scalp hits its target. So again, this is ZoneGPT from the future. As you can see, the 5-minute on the right, I took a long because the torch is green, and so what it's telling me is that ZoneGPT identified a bullish situation on this chart. On the left is a scalping chart, real fast, just kind of a 8-tick scalping, very different approach. And today, just like yesterday, I'm just gonna, on a 5-minute chart, just gonna follow what the torch is telling me. Right now it's bullish, and so I am in a long position. With a scalping chart, I have to be a lot more precise, so I have to wait for the zones and take the trades right off the zones. Yeah, so the swing trade really taking off here. Looks like I missed a great scalp trade on a smaller time frame here with the torch being green. I'm not sure at what point this signal appeared. I just wasn't in front of my computer, but just looking for a retracement now to some kind of a zone that ZoneGPT created to try and take a scalping long trade. But so far really great on the swing trade chart. So the swing trade continues to do well here, over 20 points now, a bit after 7 a.m. Waiting for a pullback on a scalping chart, but the swing one's doing really well. I mean, you can just take your profits here and be done for the day. Same kind of thing happened yesterday with the swing chart. ZoneGPT torch here really kind of, I mean, it went green when the market was here. So really amazing call here again on ZoneGPT on a swing trade. Alright, so we had some news. The swing trade is still going here. I am considering taking a trade in the scalping chart. It's green, as you can see, right? We are now above the zone here, so looks bullish.
Order filled.
So I'm gonna try. This is too much for the scalp. I have the wrong ATM, sorry. Let me bring it down. It should be really there. This is a scalping chart, just looking for a quick move higher here. Both are bullish, so the trade looks good.
Target filled.
Here we go. Okay, so we just had news, there was some movement, but overall still bullish. And you see that even though there was this move down, ZoneGPT did not change its momentum to the upside. It's still a green torch, meaning price is moving higher. So again, I'm not saying this is the most, the ideal way to trade it. Maybe you want scale in and scale out and whatnot and take some profits. I'm just doing one contract, just to show what it can do. I mean, it was up like close to 30 points and then give everything back. I'm not saying it's the ideal way to trade it money management wise. I'm doing this to just demonstrate how effective it could be with swing trading. This here is great for scalping. As you see, torch is green, so this zone gets retested. I'll take another long upon any sign of that it's holding.
Order filled.
Here it is. Here is the signal. The torch is green. Looking good. Looking good here.
Target filled.
Here we go. So another good scalping trade. And the swing, the swing chart also doing great. Again, you would have your own money management approaches. Again, I am just demonstrating how effective ZoneGPT from the future can be on swinging trades ideas. Then you would have your own money management, whatever works best for you. But you see how beautiful this trade was with the torch being green. Just phenomenal, really good. All right, I'm gonna take a break here. Again, my problem is I don't have so much time to record, so I hope to catch a couple of more trades, and I will keep you informed of how this swing trade is going. So just a quick update on this swing trade. Price really shot up, and here is ZoneGPT from the future identifying this bullishness in the market from way back. So just a terrific, great move here to the upside, and I am still long with this one contract. Now the scalping chart is doing, I didn't take any trades there, but the scalping chart you can see is doing great as well if you can focus on it, which I cannot right now, and take these trades. But yeah, I'm just gonna stay in this long on a 5-minute. Alright, so extremely busy. I did not really have much time for the scalping chart, but the swing chart did great today. So I took shorts when the torch went red, and then I switched to longs, and it did really great today. So I will share my rhythmic dashboard in a minute. Well, actually pretty much now, as we are closing. So yeah, terrific day with ZoneGPT from the future. Really reading the market well. What a finish, beautiful finish. And I'm gonna just finish here with this account. Absolutely amazing day. Stay tuned for my dashboard. This indicator really read the chart well all day, from longs, later switch to shorts, and then to longs again, and what a finish. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, I did not have much time for the scalping. My days are just really busy now. But on scalping as well, it just identified zones beautifully. The shorts, the longs, obviously on a smaller time frame, the targets are much smaller, but that just comes with the territory. So I am going to finish here. Let me show you the dashboard real quick. So an amazing day with ZoneGPT from the future on the 5-minute swing trade chart. These are the two accounts from the same prop firm. The small amount obviously is the is the scalping chart, and this one is the swing chart. And just the way and it wasn't like, because of the FOMC minutes at 2 o'clock, it was not an easy day. A lot of back and forth, but the thing is, because of the time frame, the 5 minute, there was not too much, really not at all, chopping around, because if you notice, from the beginning of the day there was a long and a short and a long. So there wasn't a lot of back and forth. Obviously, on a very small time frame for scalping, there was a lot of back and forth, as expected, on a smaller time frame. But anyway, overall, great experience trading this indicator. So please leave a like if you enjoyed any of it. Look in the description for any deals that NINZA might have. And make sure you subscribe, because there will be other videos featuring other NINZA indicators. Thank you so much, and enjoy your day.